Welcome along to another stream with Wrexham. Let's get into the save and make a start. So the last stream ended with a win over Maidenhead United in extra time in the FA Cup first round. Today's stream begins with an EFL Trophy Northern Section game at home to Rotherham. So let's go and select the team. We won't be taking this competition particularly seriously, so it will be a rotated side. We'll just get into the squad screen and then we'll pick the team. So as always, we'll add the youth to the filter. So put the under 18s back in and do a quick pick, and then we'll bring a couple of players in. Give those who need it a rest. So we'll drop Sean Goss and we'll bring in Anthony Grant. He could do with a game. And then we will also, who else needs a rest? Tyrese Forner looks a little bit like he needs a rest, and we'll let David Jones take this one. We don't really have anybody outside of the squad who's fit enough to come in, so we'll submit that team and let's get into the game. Welcome in everybody, and let's go and see what we can do in this game. As I say, it is a trophy game rather than a league game or an FA Cup game, so not too fussed about a result in this one, but we do want a performance out of the game. So let's, in fact, we'll outstretch the arms, get them to play their natural game, and let's kick this one off. As you can see from the league table, it's a very tight group. A win over Rotherham and we're in with a chance of qualifying despite being off to a poor start. But it's Rotherham on the attack to start with. Tilt, but the highlight ends. Rotherham come again through Bowler, Wiles, Smith, Cooper. It's crashed off the woodwork and it's via the goalkeeper, and it's gone out for a corner. And it's ended in a goal kick, and the highlight ends. But as you can see, Rotherham are by far the better side at the moment. Marek Steck with a goal kick, but it's come straight back to the defence. We need to get it forward. Lennon to Jones. Jarvis out wide, but it's cleared forward. Hosanna picks it up. Rowe, Grant. Rowe gets it back. Tilt this time for Rotherham. Exchanges passes and gives it to Cooper. It's crossed over and it's just wide. We're not doing particularly well. I think we need to drop a demand more. If anybody notices anything or wants to suggest any tactical tweaks, please drop those in the comments. We'll certainly welcome any ideas for improvement. And we got away with another one there. "21 minutes gone, we're still clinging on by our fingernails. Rotherham by far the better team, but they've yet to really extend the goalkeeper. We could certainly do with getting a shot on target before half time, so let's demand more. Toure looks like he needs to come off at half time, and Rowe certainly does. So let's see what we can do at half time. If we can go in 0-0, then that gives us something to work with in the second half. But it's all Rotherham in this first half, and somehow they haven't scored. But we need to take advantage of that and try and make something happen. So I think Rowe and Toure off at half time. So let's point the finger. We're not positive enough. Jonathan Rowe off for Jordan Stevens. In fact, we don't have a left winger on the bench, so what we'll do is put we'll just make the one change. That's what we'll do for now. Lennon actually needs to come off as well for Ben Tozer, our club captain. He can come on and see if he can positively impact on the game. Let's demand more. Oh, Mullins decided to get an injury. So let's do something ridiculous and put Rob Lainton up front. We don't have a striker on the bench, so let's give a goalkeeper a go. See if he can do anything. Let's demand more. But Smith with the ball goes backwards. Wilding, Cooper, Smith with the shot, but it's over the bar. And if this was a league game, I'd be very disappointed, but it's an EFL trophy game, and we're just trying to get through the game without any injuries, essentially. And weirdly, Rob Lainton's actually played quite well up front. Not well enough to justify having another go at it, but he certainly hasn't been awful. And we've got a corner into stoppage time. Jones. And it's cleared by Smith. Jarvis to Jones, Jones to Grant, but it's cleared. I think that's what. There'll be one more chance. Gallagher, Jarvis, Toure, but it's headed away. I don't think it's going to be us that's going to get it though. Looking at this highlight, I think it might be Rotherham, and they might well seal the game with their next chance. That's my prediction anyway. haven't looked up for it today, and they have sealed it. There you go. You can always tell on Football Manager when a highlight continues for a long time, apparently for no reason. There's always going to be a goal at the end of it, out of nothing. And we have indeed suffered from that this time. Smith with the header. Stack should do better than that for my money. But we're not going to be harsh on them. I don't care about this competition. So let's do hands together, and unlucky. It would have been nice to win. I think that's a sensible way to go. And then fingers crossed the policy of giving a few players a rest can bear fruit in the next league game. We're having a really good season in the league, and I don't want to ruin that by going deep into the cups. So looks like we're out of the EFL. Yep, we are out of the EFL trophy, which is ideal. He wants to get regular playing time. I'm going to play him. I can't afford to lose Harry Lennon. So we'll say, what's it going to take to keep you here? Nothing. Okay, we'll let him go. Not going to try and sell him. How much is he worth? Let's see if £50,000. So if somebody will give us £50,000, they can have him. So let's uprate that to 50. Confirm. That's fine. Good. He's happy. Quite often these negotiations can go wrong. Malin is injured, which is a real blow, but hopefully he'll be back in time for the Crawley game. They are second bottom of the league, so it's a game we should be looking to win. Once again, I'm on the hard stuff tonight, the decaf coffee. So we don't need to look at the goal 50 because we're not going to be able to sign anybody that's on it. Not for a few more years yet, anyway. So let's do the press conference and see what the media guys have got to say. Crawley Town have suffered 6 straight league defeats. If we play our game and everyone does their jobs, we should win. Gillingham playing Rochdale. Gillingham should win that. Yep, absolutely. We need to bounce back with a win. Is Carl Wootton going to play? Possibly. It's not a headache. Would like him back, and it might be possible. Wrexham with Portsmouth's Joe Nolan. Let's have a look. Don't know. Absolutely no idea. If anyone's a Portsmouth fan and wants to tell me whether Joe Nolan's any good or not, feel free, because he's not a player I know. I'll just say I won't be discussing any transfers today. Future of John Sheridan. Oh, who cares? He's the Exeter manager. Not interested. And here's why. So if it wasn't immediately obvious from my username, yes, I am a Plymouth Argyle supporter. And yes, I am happy to talk about last night's game if anybody wants to bring it up. So today we face Crawley Town, 23rd in the league, so should be looking to win the game. And I'm going to take the youth teamers out of the equation, so what we'll need to do is just clear the whole team, remove the youth teamers, so let's filter it, remove the under 18s, and we'll go through and pick the best squad we possibly can. Steck in goal, so Bryce Hosanna at right back because Aaron Hayden can play in the middle. Sam Graham and Aaron Hayden the centre backs. Left back, Owen Gallagher is fitter and no worse than Callum Rowe, so that makes sense. Defensive midfield, Nia Kirby. Central midfield, Tyrese Forner and Sean Goss. Right wing we will go with Toure. Left wing we will go with Jordan Stevens. And up front, Mullin, short of full fitness, they should be monitored. So, what's Wotton's? He's not completed his rehab yet, so it is going to have to be Paul Mullin, and Wotton's going to be on the bench. So let's pick that restriction, unpick positions. I'll just let them fill the bench for me, unless there's anybody. In fact, there's nobody down there who could come on, so we'll just go with that team and let's get into the match. Bryce Hosanna is lacking sharpness, so he's one we need to watch as well. Right, let's go and do a win. Absolutely crucial that we get back to winning ways, having lost our place at the top of the league. So let's pump the fists. We're favourites, go out there and show them why. And see if we can close the gap on Bristol Rovers. We're on the attack. Hosanna with the ball, gives it to Forner, to Goss. Mullin gets it. Kirby, Stevens, Forner with a shot. That's a cracking goal. What a strike. Ooh. It looks even better on the replay. That's a belting goal. Well happy with that. And that takes us to within a point of Bristol Rovers. At least temporarily. And it looks like it might well be temporarily. Although, I'm not sure what the keeper was on there. It's certainly not been a comfortable victory if that's the way it turns out. It's they're making us work for it. Gallagher with the throw in, gets it into the box, but it's thumped clear. Hayden spins, looks for help, gets it from Gallagher. Stevens back to Kirby, to Gallagher. Gallagher needs to cross this in if he can, or get some help. He's got it from Goss. Stevens, Forner, Hosanna, and it's pushed over the crossbar by the goalkeeper. I need to sort my corners out at some point as well. They're not quite working as intended, so that's not quite as bad a foul as I thought it was. Obviously, referee wasn't interested in getting his book out, and half time, it's actually Stevens who's in need of coming off. So we'll give, tell them they're capable of better. We'll take Stevens off for Jonathan Rowe, and Mullin can do a bit longer before we look to bring on a replacement. In fact, we'll put Rowe up front when Mullin goes off. That's what we'll do. So we'll drop a demand more. And Crawley with the first attack of note of the second half. Tomlinson troubled the goalkeeper more than it should have done, but he kept it out. So now we've got a corner to defend. It's Powell with the corner, and it's headed over. So we definitely need more. Yeah. First chance we get, we're demanding more. Tomlinson's beaten his man far too easily. I was convinced that was going in, but it just went over the bar. Right, let's make some subs. So Toure off for Campbell. Move Rowe up front. Mullin for... In fact, Gallagher will have to go left wing. And we then don't have a left back, so that's a problem. So Mullin actually might have to go. Might have to stay on, I think. Yeah, Mullin's going to stay on. Bryce Hosanna. Swap with Aaron Hayden. And we'll bring on Captain Ventosa. And we'll risk the last 25 minutes with a partly fit Paul Mullin up front. Aaron Hayden's only gone and doubled the lead. So let's get those arms up in the air. Or if anyone's got any other celebration related emotes that they want to use, feel free to chuck them in the comments, in the chat. So it's Hockenhull, Roddery, Hockenhull, Powell, Ransom. Powell gets it back. Ransom. Those two are too close together, but they've managed to work it, and it's gone over the bar for a goal kick. 15 minutes left. Hopefully we'll see the game out comfortably at this stage. But Hayden's got it. He's played it to Campbell. Campbell to Forner. Forner to Goss. Goss to Rowe. Goss gets it back, gives it to Forner. Mullin. Back to Kirby. Mullin. Oh, that boy can finish. What a goal. Watch the replay of this. Mullin gives it back to Kirby. Then he makes his run. The defence is on the hop and can't catch him. And that's a comfortable 3-0 win in the end. I don't think there's any doubt we're going to win the game at this stage. Campbell gives it to Forner. Forner to Mullin. Mullin plays in Campbell, who takes it wide but then fires it across. It's gone all the way out the other side of Gallagher. Goss gives it back to Gallagher, who's on a yellow card. Kirby chips it through to Campbell, and Campbell makes it 4. So that is a fantastic start to the league matches in tonight's stream. Exactly what the doctor ordered, a nice solid away win. So let's outstretch the arms. A very nice victory, well done. I don't think there's anything else that can be said after a win and a performance like that away from home. So just have a little swig while we wait for the after-match formalities. Okay, there is a press conference, so let's get that done. Yeah, they'll get the day off after that. Yeah, very satisfied with that. We'll take it a match at a time. Goal befitting the player. Good team performance, but he definitely stood out as one of the better ones. We've got 7 days until the next game. Port Vale at home in the EFL. So they're 11th in the table. We're second. So let's just move the camera. I'll just check my alignment to make sure I'm still okay. That's fine. Back with you. So we're obviously hoping for another win and continue what's been a fantastic start to our second season on this save. We're in mid-November. We were expected to be challenging, but I'll just show the season preview for anyone who hasn't seen it. There you go. We were expected to finish in 3rd. We're currently 2nd. But, Plymouth Argyle, who were expected to be up there with us, are currently down in 17th. So that's one of the big boys in this division who's not currently involved in the title and promotion discussion. Obviously, there's a long way to go in the season, so anything can happen and probably will. apologies, I'm just adjusting a setting on the screen, and I'll be right back with you. And there we go. Okay, we're 2 days away now from the next match, so I'll just get through that as quickly as I can. And we've got a couple of injuries. Rowe is back to training. But Nia Kirby is out, so we'll leave that to the physio. Okay. Let's do the press conference. Prepared for a tough fixture, but know what we can do. And yeah, Gillingham will be expecting promotion. Have to keep working hard. Nathan Smith, he turns up every week. James Jones, let's have a look. Up to 3 months, he's got a long way yet. Home advantage exists. Stevens as my full backing. That would be his statement of intent. Hartlepool, interesting, and that's the end of the conference. Right, let's go and try and win. I don't want to make too many changes to the team for the next game. So we'll just see who's in need of an urgent rest, who's fit, who's not. So we've only got the first team squad listed, that's fine. Nia Kirby needs a rest if possible. Ben Tozer can drop into the midfield. That's fine, he can cover that. George Cooper is available again, so we'll bring him on for Jordan Stevens. But I want Jordan Stevens on the bench. And we'll give who should we give a rest to? Campbell, I think. And then we could do with getting Nia Kirby off the bench if possible. Kyle Wootton, I might give him a place on the bench. What does it say? Yeah, he can sit on the bench. That's fine. So that's the team for today's game as the players go out for their pre-match warm-up. I'm obviously looking for a good performance here. So the team's Marek Steck in goal, Bryce Hosanna, Sam Graham, Aaron Hayden and Owen Gallagher the back four, Tozer at the base of midfield, Fornett and Goss ahead of him, Torre and Cooper the wingers, Mullin the lone striker. And let's go and give them a bit of pump fists, favourites, and I want us to play like it and send them out. So let's, in fact, we'll give them a little bit of time to settle down and just try and get into the rhythm of the game. I don't want to tell them anything just yet. We'll wait and see who has the first couple of shots and whether we need to encourage or, I won't say berate at this stage, it's too early for that, but whether they need encouragement or a bollocking. So Gallagher with the ball over the top, Cooper wins a penalty, Mullin's on it, so that's fine, we'll leave Mullin to take the penalty. He's the one I'd want taking it. Mullin scores. Fantastic start to the game. So less than 2 minutes gone and we're ahead already. Ready to take advantage if Bristol Rovers should slip up. Can't get hold of the ball at the moment though, so I think we will drop a demand more at this stage. Even though there's only 4 minutes gone, I need them to know that they've not won it yet. Conlon to Robertson. It's played over. Oh, he's got in. Somehow he's missed it. I'm not quite sure how he's missed that. We should be level. Oh, well, Port Vale should be level with us. And now they are. So they had one chance and missed it. They've got a second chance. They haven't passed that one up. So we will definitely be demanding more. And needing to get another goal to win this game. Mullin looks happy enough. Everybody's doing okay without being spectacular at this stage. Mullin plays in Cooper. Cooper should take one touch. Oh, he can't finish it. Bad miss from George Cooper. If that had been the other way round and it was Cooper playing in Mullin, I think we'd be ahead now. But I don't think Cooper's going to see the game out today. I think he needs to come off at some point. Not yet possibly, but thrash the arms, far from pleased. Do we need to make a sub? Yeah, I think we bring on Jonathan Rowe for George Cooper. And then demand more. Just try and encourage them to go after another goal. Which we've got them back in their own defensive area. Coverland with a massive goal kick, but Hayden picks it up. It's with Torre. Back to Tozer, to Rowe. Goss to Mullin. Mullin's only gone and scored. That is an absolutely stunning strike. So give it the arms in the air again. and we're back in the lead, but Bristol Rovers are ahead against Cheltenham, so we still trail by 3 points. I think Toure needs to come off, so we'll bring on Jordan Stevens, and I'm going to give Kyle Wootton a 10-minute run out up front in place of Mullin. And fingers crossed we can just see the game out in stoppage time. It looks like we will, and we have, so it's another win. So we'll point the finger. We weren't at our best, but we got the result. I think that's fair. I expected a slightly better performance than that, but at the end of the day, a win's a win. And I've already had, I think, 1 or 2 players come and criticise me for being too negative in team talks, so I'm always wary of going for the really negative option. So let's do the post-match press conference. No problems. So proud of what we've achieved. Remain confident of keeping him at the club. That's why he's on loan. He's got plenty more to offer. Fully expect them to recover. Don't really know why they're asking me about Plymouth, but about Plymouth Argyle, but yeah, you were superb in front of goal. That's great. We'll give Mullin a bit of an ego boost. It's never a bad idea to stroke the ego of your strikers. But we're in great form at the moment in the league. We face 8th place Tranmere away next. And we're looking for another win to keep up the momentum of the stream. If anybody knows any of the scores from tonight's real world football, if they want to post those in the chat, please feel free to do so. I've not seen anything, so I literally have no idea how anybody's got on. Staff meetings, I always just request a summary. I never get involved in them. I understand why they're in the game, but I'm just not interested at the moment. I don't think they make for good content, so I'm certainly not going to do them on a stream save. I may experiment in an offline one, see if they make much difference, but if anybody does do them and knows that they make a real difference, tell me what your secret is, and I might change my approach. I'm always open to new suggestions, new ways of doing things, and equally if anybody wants to see anything, you know, league tables, how your team's getting on, top scorers in any divisions, anything like that, drop me a comment in the chat, or and I'll show you what you want to see. So press conference. Let's take everything he says with a pinch of salt, and that's probably true in real life as well, to be honest. There's an atmosphere around the place. That's absolutely true. we're a happy bunch of campers at the moment. And fingers crossed we will be on the short coach ride back from Tranmere. I should say Birkenhead really, but so Tranmere Rovers away next up, and I don't know how many changes we're going to have to make, because had a game on Saturday, got another one next Saturday. So games are coming thick and fast at the minute. I mean, the good thing is we're out of the EFL trophy, so we haven't got that to worry about. So, in fact, let's just have a look at the schedule for what's coming up, so that we can see when the opportunities are going to come to think about resting some players. Apologies, it's not normally this slow to appear, but it certainly is running slowly tonight. Here we go, it looks like the fixtures are about to appear on screen, and they have. So we've got 23rd, 26th of November, then we've got a week until the Dulwich Hamlet game in the FA Cup. So we'll probably play one or two. I'll probably go with fringe players from the first team rather than under 18s in the FA Cup second round, but only one or two of them. And then that'll give us, we've then got another week until we face Bristol Rovers, which is a massive game. So we need to go into the Bristol Rovers game with as fully fit a squad as possible. Because obviously we all know where they are in the league table. And they're going to be one of the main threats going forward into the second half of the season. We're not at the halfway point yet, but we're getting there. And so we're looking pretty good at the minute, but there's still room for improvement. Nadine, he's 32, not interested, he's too old. Turner is at the other end of his career. Scout him a bit more because he's got decent potential. He's not one I want for now, but he's not bad. And Ben Beals could be good, but he could also be completely terrible. So let's scout him so that we can narrow down his ability. Max Conway's is even wider, so we definitely need to scout him in case he's top notch. Tyler Maguire is a centre back, and he's a very, very good centre back. I'm definitely interested, so we'll have a look at him in January. So let's in fact, we can approach to sign him. So that might be something I'll do now. Let's see if we can. He's coming up as an important player, that's fine. His agent only wants 1,700 quid, that's fine. Yeah, you can have all of that. Minimum fee release clause. Cancel that. Might remove it. Non-promotion release clause, I'm happy with that. Sell on percentage of 20, I'm fine with that. Yeah, looks like we're going to get him in. Hume needs a bit more scouting. I'm not happy to commit to that one. And Plymouth Argyle there beating Exeter City 4-0. That makes me smile on a personal level. scout this guy a bit more. Joe Rose, yeah, we need to scout him more. And Cohen Bramall. Keep him on the short list. We'll scout him a bit more, just because we've got the time to. Right, let's go and try and beat Tranmere. So, any changes to the team? Yeah, Ben Tozer needs to come out, but I think that's the only one. So Ben Tozer for Nia Kirby. And then we'll get Ben Tozer on the... In fact, no, we'll give him a complete rest. So we'll just leave it at that. And let's get into the match. And see if we can keep this positive run of form rolling. It's been an absolutely fantastic start. The only game we haven't won is an EFL trophy game that we said right from the outset we weren't fussed about. And we made quite a few changes, so we'll pump the fists, doing well and on a good run. And let's get into it. So we'll skip the warm up. And Tranmere look like they've got off to a good start, so we'll drop an early demand more, just to let them know we're not happy to just sit back and let Tranmere have it. Come on lads, get a tackle in. Hayden's headed it clear, Cooper's got it. He's played a glorious ball for Mullin, but Mullin, I can't believe he's missed it, never mind him. He's been gobbling up those chances all season. No further highlights yet, so I think it might be time for another demand more. We need to win this one. We cannot afford to lose or draw with Tranmere. We need to put as big a gap between ourselves and the team in fourth, which is currently Carlisle, as we possibly can. And the only way we're going to do that is to keep piling on the wins. Who needs to come off at half time? I don't think anybody does actually at the moment, although Hosanna looks like he's tiring quicker than anybody. So we'll thrash the arms, not good enough. And we'll get Hosanna off, which means moving Hayden to right back and then bringing on Harry Lennon. So let's send them out, hit them with a demand more, just so they know what's expected in the second half. We'll wait till probably 70 or 75 minutes before we think about another substitution, unless anybody picks up an obvious injury. So we'll demand more. Kirby with the free kick, hits the crossbar. Gallagher, nope, highlight ends. Toure looks like he needs to come off, so we'll bring on Jonathan Rowe. And with 10 minutes left, Graham, I think, because he's on a yellow card and tired. So McEntee. Although just as I do that, Gallagher's gone into the red and they've got a corner, but it's gone over the bar, so we got away with it. We need to demand more. I think we might have to settle for a point here. And indeed that is what's happened. Not ideal, but I'm not going to panic just yet. So we will point the finger. I think that's fair. Give him a bit of something to hold on to, but I don't want to ruin morale, because we all know how important morale is. And those of you that are familiar with the work of Lelouge will know he refers to this as morale manager, and there is a certain amount of truth in that. Well, a large amount of truth in it, if you're honest. Kev knows his stuff, put it that way. Right, let's go into the press conference. We're not digging anybody out here. Bolton manager wants to sign Paul Mullin. Quote me on this right now, he's not for sale. Absolutely not. Time will prove them right. It's a difficult one, because although my distaste for Exeter City is obvious, John Sheridan is also an ex-Plymouth Argyle manager, so I do have a little bit of sympathy for him, but only a little bit. We've got Solihull Moors in the league next. They are 6th, but they're a team we should be able to beat, and beat quite comprehensively, I would have thought. I don't see us as being a team that should struggle to beat them. We were better than them last season. We're better than them this season. So we're going to be going into this one looking for another win. Campbell's loan agreement. No, I'm not going to talk to you about it. Mate Kovar has the potential to be a good championship goalkeeper, so let's scout him further. Cox, League 2 standard player, potentially a championship standard player, so let's scout him to remove the as many of the white stars as we can. Potentially a League 2 standard player, not interested, because we're not going to be in League 2 for much longer. National League, potentially a League 1 standard player, so we do need to scout him. McNeil, potentially Premier League, absolutely interested. But let's scout him so that we can see whether he is Premier League material. Same with this guy, scout him as well. Team selection advice, we'll consider that in a minute. And let's get into the press conference. How you handle Bentosa's return, we'll be sensible with him. Don't want to let up now. I'd imagine he'll pop up with something. He's a manager's dream. I don't have weakened teams. I just have options. I think that's about as close to what I wanted to say as I can get. Sometimes you can't get anywhere near what you want to say, but a lot of the time actually you can get quite close these days. That side of the game has got better for me over the last 2 or 3 versions of Football Manager. And fingers crossed I haven't said or done anything in the last few days. Oh, Nia Kirby's injured, so he's got food poisoning. he's probably microwaved himself a chicken or something. Okay, so he's finished scouting him, but he's nowhere near scouted. We'll just so we'll just quickly tick all these off, and we'll look at them again in January when it comes to the transfer window. Obviously, I don't want to bring anybody or to let anybody go unless we've got somebody lined up to come in. But if we can upgrade a couple of positions in January, then that would leave us in a very good position going forward. So I think we've got Magloire coming in on a free transfer. So we've managed to get him in. So let's give him a squad number. He's a centre back, there he is. He's got the number 31 because that's the lowest available number. So that's absolutely fine. And squad registration. Have we got space in the squad? We have got one free slot, so he can come straight into the squad. And is he going to be able to make his debut? Let's have a look. Lacking in match sharpness, but his overall physical condition is very good. So I think we should be looking. Discuss it with Tozer. He's our captain, so no, not looking to replace him. Absolutely not. Let's have a look at the team. Right, Aaron Hayden from Magloire. Ben Tozer will come and sit on the bench in place of Rob Lainton, and I think that's probably it. We've got two centre backs on the bench. In fact, we've got three, so we could get rid of one of those, and we'll get rid of Lennon, and we'll bring Campbell onto the bench, and that will do for now. So that's the team for this match, and it is about to come up on the screen for us now. Here it is: Marek Steck in goal, Bryce Hosanna, Sam Graham, Tyler Magloire, and Owen Gallagher, the back four, Nia Kirby at the base of midfield, Tyrese Fornett and Sean Goss, the central midfielders, Jimmy Toure and George Cooper, the wingers, and Paul Mullin up front. Let's go and win the game. Outstretch the arms, stick to the plan, stay patient, we'll win. Absolutely. We're good enough to win this game. We just need to make sure that we do everything right, and we'll be fine. So let's demand more at this stage. That's made quite a few of them happy, so we are looking like we're ahead, but or like we should be ahead. Goss. Oh, it's a goal kick. It was headed wide. Got a corner. It's Cooper, but it's headed clear. Cooper rushes out and retrieves the situation. Left foot of Cooper gives it to Toure. Mullin's there to mop up the bits, but it's not going to count. There's no assist on there, and that is always the way you can tell whether it's going to count or not. It took me quite a while to realise that, but it's a reliable way to know whether a goal is going to be disallowed or not. It's headed clear, but O'Neill picks it up for Solihull. And it's in. Joe Sparrow. So we need to demand more at this stage. This is not a game we can afford to lose. Need to have a look at the replay and see who was at fault. So Dunk got the cross in, and it's this guy here. Oh, I can't click on him, so I can't see who he is. It's a very tight offside decision. Oh, I wasn't able to check who it was. Gallagher looks like he's struggling with an injury. We don't have a left back, so what we'll have to do is shuffle things around. So I'll put George Cooper into left back. Gallagher can come off, and we'll bring on Jordan Stevens. That'll leave Kem Campbell free if we need a right winger. So let's demand more as soon as we can. But Cooper with the throw in, but it's headed away. Kirby gives it back to Cooper. Cooper with a glorious cross. Toure, and this time it does count. So it is 1-1. Still not happy with that as a scoreline, but I'm a lot happier with that than I am 0-1. We desperately need another goal, ideally before half time. So let's demand more again. And I think Kirby might have to come off. Cooper, and it's headed over. Yeah, Kirby looks like he needs to come off at half time. So keep going, we can still win it. Let's get Kirby off and Tozer on. So captain joins the fray, and let's demand more. It's a Cooper corner. It's headed away. Graham, Tozer, Cooper gives it wide to Hosanna. Goss, Tozer, Forner. Forner crashes a shot just over the bar. So we've started the second half on the front foot. You can see from the stats we deserve to be ahead, but we still need to make that happen. So let's demand more. And let's get Goss off for Dan Jarvis. So like for like change, Goss for Dan Jarvis. 20 minutes remaining. Toure to Tozer. Tozer out wide. Hosanna gives it to Toure. It's deflected and cleared. We're heading for another demand more. And it's played over the top. We can't get it clear. Somebody needs to make a tackle here. Outside the area, preferably, lads. Smith now with the ball for them. It's to the far post. It's cleared. And it's a scrappy way to get rid of it. But thankfully it's offside. 10 minutes left. Hosanna, Graham, Tozer, Toure. Forner goes for the big diag. Gets it. Stevens beats his man. does get his cross in eventually. Cleared as far as Hosanna. Clips it in. Oh, it's headed just wide. Big chance to win the game. But it's a corner. It was obviously deflected. It's Cooper. And that time it's gone all the way out the other side for a goal kick. And let's demand more. Disappointing draw. So disappointed. I won't go any stronger than that. We didn't lose. The unbeaten league run continues. Sometimes you just have to take the positives where you can get them. Okay, so let's have a look at what's coming next. There is a press conference very shortly. So it's the Dulwich Hamlet game in the FA Cup. So as I said, we're going to make a couple of changes to the team. Give some fringe players a run out. That happens to the best players from time to time. Yeah, he was pretty solid. He played a complete game. As long as he's here, he's in my plans. I don't want to lose Harry Lannon yet. If we do go up, he will be moving on, but that's one of the reasons why I'm not going to offer him a new contract. But if we don't go up, he's very much part of a League 2 squad. He definitely doesn't have the quality for League 1 that some of the other guys do. Oisin McEntee wants some more football, so we'll give him a run out against Dulwich. And what we absolutely don't want in this one is a replay. I would love to go through and I'd love to get to the third round and get a Premier League team and bow out. Signingham's a really good opportunity. That's the aim. He's going to make us better. The utmost confidence he'll come up big when needed. Be a massive boost to the team. Disagree with that a little. Tyler is a magnificent capture. Can be anything he wants to be. They can absolutely coexist. The sky's the limit. Fits us like a glove. He does. He's perfect for this squad and perfect for the team. He shouldn't need to do much in the way of fitting into the team. Possibly off the pitch he might have to, but in terms of on the pitch, he's the sort of player we've already got in the team. He's just a better version of what we already had. That's very much what I like. What I look to do with my squad is to upgrade the position with a similar but better player, so that we keep playing the same way, but fingers crossed we keep pushing forward. For those of you that haven't been around for the whole of the series, the whole time I've been streaming Wrexham, the Hollywood superstars have been and already gone, but the ambition remains the same, to get to the Championship. So that's where we're looking to get to. But obviously we've got a long way to go until we're in a position to fulfil that ambition. Got to get out of League 2 first. I think League 1 might take us 2 or 3 years to get out of. Maybe even longer than that. But it's a very competitive league, League 1. As anybody who supports a League 1 team this season will tell you, it's anybody can beat anybody. And anybody who claims to know who's going to win League 1 and who's going to go up is not telling you the truth or has a crystal ball. And that's just as true on this version of Football Manager, actually. There's teams I wouldn't expect to be struggling who are struggling, and teams I wouldn't expect to be doing well that are doing well. Elliot nears the end of his contract. That's fine. We'll deal with that when it happens. And hopefully, we can put together a side that's gives the players who need it a rest, but is still strong enough to brush Hamlet aside. McEntee wants to talk about the number of matches he's playing. I'll give him a chance. Yeah, that's fine. You can. That's placated him for a little while. So McEntee is definitely in the team for the next game. And there probably will be several other players coming in from the cold. I haven't placed anybody in Siberia yet, but there's certainly a few players who were camped on the edge of Moscow. Put it that way. Harry Lennon is now injured, but only for 2 to 3 days. So he won't be risked against Dulwich Hamlet, whereas he would have been had he not picked up his knock. It's this is very much a game we just want to get through. No injuries to key players, no replay, and ideally just squeak through if we can to the third round of the FA Cup. We're one match away from a potential massive payday, and that's what we need, given that we don't have our millionaires backing anymore. We need to make money from other sources. No, I'm not going to attend them. Oh, well, I will, but I'll get myself out of it straight away. I'm aware of where we need to strengthen. Ideally in goal, I think. So, right. It's going to be a tough match. I don't think he's going to have any problems. Nobody's guaranteed anything. Let's say he's well suited to this type of fixture. I believe in George Cooper, absolutely. So Gary Monk's under pressure now at Plymouth Argyle. He's barely been there 5 minutes, so he doesn't deserve the brickbats and pressure that's coming his way. He's a man I've got a lot of time for, so if I'm ever asked about him, I'm going to be nice about him. Whereas some of the other managers, I've just either no commented. If I don't think it's going to benefit me in the course of the season, I won't say anything. But if I have strong feelings about them in real life, then I'll dive right in there and get involved. Have no fear about that. Same goes for clubs as well, so if any questions come up about Exeter City, then they will get it with both barrels. And it is now game day, so we're very shortly we'll be able to have a look at what we've got available to go and try and beat Dulwich Hamlet. I've not looked to see what division they're in and how well they're doing, but I think it's probably a good idea to do that before the start. So they're in the Vanarama National League South, which is a non-playable league on this save, so I can't actually tell how well they're doing. But I'm going to quick pick a rotated team, more rotation rather than full, and hopefully there's nobody in there who's not fully rested. There isn't. So we'll submit that lineup, and it's 8 changes from the previous team. So I will just run through the lineup and their positions before the match. It's Rob Lainton in goal, who hasn't played for quite some time. Aaron Hayden at right back, Sam Graham and Oisin McEntee the centre backs, Callum Rowe left back, Ben Tozer captain and defensive midfield, Jordan Stevens and Nia Kirby in central midfield, Ken Campbell right wing, Owen Gallagher on the left, Kyle Wotton up top. So we've got plenty of firepower on the bench. We've got new signing Magloire, Tyrese Forner, our defensive midfielder, Paul Mullin, our star striker, Bryce Hosanna, our regular right back, George Cooper, who's very versatile, can play anywhere down the left hand side, and Jonathan Rowe, who again is another versatile player who can play multiple positions. So let's pump the fists, favourites for a reason, and let's get out there. So I'm not going to make any changes for quite a long time in this match. We'll push it as far as we can. Gallagher just over the bar. I'm looking to give as many people a rest as possible. Oh, it's hit the crossbar, and then it's thumped clear. But Dulwich Hamlet pick it back up again. I think we need to hit them with a demand more already, which is I didn't expect to have to do after 5 minutes, but come on lads, shake yourselves. Alexander with the cross, but it's cleared. Campbell runs with it. He's run it right out of defence into the other half of the pitch. Gives it to Hayden. Looking for support, gets it from Graham. Tozer to Hayden. Tricks his way past his man, fires it into the box. Gallagher, but it's hit the post and gone wide. He didn't even work the goalkeeper, which was disappointing. Hayden throws it to Tozer, gets it back, and it's gone in, and it is going to count. No, it's not. I thought I saw an assist on there that time, but it is clearly offside, so we'll allow it. They have a corner this time. It's headed clear. Toure. No, Tozer. My apologies. We can't get a touch on the ball at the moment. Langton with the save. Hayden picks up the loose ball, runs it clear, plays it in. Wharton takes it. Gallagher picks up the loose ball but can't beat the keeper. But we do have a corner, and once again I've forgotten to adjust the corners, but Graham very nearly scores from the header anyway. Everybody looks fresh, so it's all fine at the moment. We'll hit them with another demand more. Stevens with the cross. I think it's a penalty. It is. It's Kyle Wharton with this one. So he gets a rare chance to pick up a goal. And he takes it as well. Cracking penalty. I was going to say something not family friendly then, but luckily checked myself just in time. And it's so far looking like going the way we wanted it to. A narrow win for ourselves, which is absolutely fine. Stevens, Gallagher, Graham, Stevens, Tozer, McEntee, Rowe. It's played in, but it's headed away. Ilori, Spong, Conti, Warren, Dulwich Hamlet with a fair amount of possession at the moment. And they've crossed it in and it's crashed off the bar, but it's a free kick. So we escape again. There's only so many times we're going to get lucky in this game. Demand more. Things are going well. I know you're capable of even better. We are winning, and we know that if you're winning and you say something negative, you tend to regret it. Conte with a cross, and we've got away with another one. Campbell needs to come off. He's not having a good game. So we'll bring on Jonathan Rowe. But that's hopefully the last sub we need for a little while. Gallagher needs to get a cross in. Wharton, it's gone out for a corner. So we've got the corners right on one side. Kirby with the in-swinging corner. Graham meets it, but it's gone over the bar. And Dulwich Hamlet have made their substitution. Kirby on the other side. Drifts the corner over, but it's headed clear. Graham to McEntee. Rowe. Back to McEntee. Gallagher. Kirby. Wharton. Rowe. And Rowe with an absolutely beautiful finish for his fourth of the season. He's not been a regular starter, so he would probably have more goals if he played more often. And it's Rowe with the free kick. And it's over the top from McEntee. Kirby looks like he needs to be the next one to go off. So we will give Forner 10 minutes. It's crashed off the woodwork with the aid of Langton. And Gallagher the final substitution for George Cooper. So he's going to get 5 minutes plus stoppage time. Just so he's had a little bit of a run out. And Mullin has had a full match of rest. That's perfect. 2-0. So outstretched arms. Very happy with the result and the way you played. It's exactly what we needed. Players who needed a rest got one. So we can go into the next match, pick a full strength lineup, and know that everybody is primed and ready to go. We dropped to third in the league with Newport County and Stevenage playing. In fact, that isn't what's dropped us to third. I'm not sure what has from that. I'm guessing it's one of the 3 o'clock kickoffs that we're not seeing there. At least we're through, we won't get ahead of ourselves. We're all enjoying the run. Yeah, Rob was absolutely outstanding today. So Rob Langton played really well. Harvey Hughes needs full scouting. We need to scout him fully. League 2, potentially a League 1 standard player, so let's have a look at him. Potentially League 2 standard player, let's get rid of him. Good EFL League 2 and unlikely to improve, but not impossible, so let's scout him. Decent Championship player. So absolutely add to shortlist and scout. Potentially a National League standard. No, dump him off the list. Potentially League 2, not interested. Potentially League 2, not interested. Sign Anthony Evans, whatever the price. Okay, well let's add him to the shortlist then. And we'll scout him a bit more. Good National League player, not interested. Good League 2, not interested. And potentially League 2, not interested. Potentially a League 1 standard player. Let's keep an eye on him. If we linger in League 1 for a while, you never know. So all of these potentially League 1 standard players we need to keep an eye on. So let's add him and scout him. Same, scout him in full. Scout him in full. Oh, I should have added him to the shortlist. He's fully scouted, so we'll let him get. Good EFL League 2 player. Add him to the shortlist and scout him again. Good League 1 player, same. We'll add him to the shortlist and scout him. I don't know how many more are on this list, but I don't know if there's a way of telling. In fact, let's go to the list. So Ollie Wright needs to be shortlisted for a year. We don't need to fully scout him. So we put, add to shortlist for a year and also scout Van Kooten. Fully scout player. Okay. Ollie Wright. I think we need to make an offer for him. They're saying sign him whatever the price. No, I'm not going to agree to that, but we'll get him in now. Yeah, just have what you want. Get him in. There's going to be loads of people after him, so he's one we need to get in. And of course, next up for us in the league, it's the league leaders, Bristol Rovers. So massively important that we rested a few players for this one. so that we can go in with the freshest squad possible. And fingers crossed we'll go into it with a new player in the squad as well. And then January, certainly the early part of January, will be more about outgoing rather than incoming transfers, because we do have a rather large squad at the moment. I'm not convinced I need a squad this big, so but we'll look at that at the start of January, which is probably roughly where I'm looking to get to tonight. We might go further than that. We'll see how time's doing. We're going to midnight, so at least. So fingers crossed we can at least get to the start of the transfer window. Farker unhappy with Rose. Plays inside forward. He's getting games. Right, it seems to be a little bit frozen. My apologies, I'm just we'll end the chat there. I don't know what happened exactly. Right, FA Cup third round draw time, so we're going to show the draw in full. I'll read it out for you. So the draw in full for the third round of the FA Cup. Brentford will play MK Dons. Rochdale will play Reading. Burnley will play Walsall or Hartlepool. Port Vale will play Southend United. Leeds United will play Manchester United. Nottingham Forest will play Fulham. Cardiff will play Southampton. Stoke City will play Brighton and Hove Albion. Manchester City will play Leyton Orient. Swansea City will play Grimsby Town. Bristol City will play Fleetwood Town. Bristol Rovers will play Wrexham, wouldn't you just know it. Crystal Palace will play Millwall. Sheffield United will play West Bromwich Albion. Rotherham United will play Bournemouth. Watford will play Queen's Park Rangers. Everton will face Luton Town. Blackburn Rovers will face Hull City. Barnsley will face West Ham United. Peterborough United will play Leicester City. Newcastle United will face Oxford United. Huddersfield Town will face Crewe Alexandra. Wycombe Wanderers will face Burton Albion. Middlesbrough will play Norwich City. Arsenal will play Ipswich Town. Birmingham City will play Chelsea. Liverpool will play Preston North End. Forest Green Rovers will play Wolverhampton Wanderers. Sheffield Wednesday will play Gillingham. Yeovil Town will play Notts County. Aston Villa will play Tottenham Hotspur. And Cheltenham Town will face Portsmouth. So not the big draw we wanted in the FA Cup. We've got the leaders from our own division, but given the money that's available in the FA Cup, then we'll be trying to either beat Bristol Rovers or bring them back to our place for a replay and beat them there. We're certainly not going to be playing a weakened side against Bristol Rovers in the league or in the FA Cup. kind of a double-edged sword if you get a big draw in the FA Cup, though. With there being such a gap between the third round draw and the third round taking place, as a League Two side, if you get a massive draw, it can have a serious drag on your league form going into the FA Cup. But I can't see that happening when you've drawn a side like Bristol Rovers from our own division. Stubbed toe, he's out for 9 days to 3 weeks, so that's disappointing. I wanted him available for Bristol Rovers because he is a box of tricks. So let's do the press conference. Newport County will want to continue their push for promotion. It won't be easy, but Newport are one of the favourites. It's satisfying to see us play that way. James Jones is out for 2 months. We have to be patient. Owen Gallagher has my fullback in. It's a must-win game. Yeah, I fully expect them to recover. I'm not going to slag them off because obviously they're my team. So, realism mode. I try and, well, because I would try and beat them as a real life manager, I try and beat them on the game, but I also don't want to see them do badly outside of the games when I'm playing them. So Holloway's, Ian Holloway, the former Bristol Rovers manager, that's or is he the current Bristol Rovers manager by any chance? He is indeed the current, so he's a current and former Bristol Rovers manager, and of course former manager of Plymouth Argyle as well. And so we absolutely, even if this isn't a must-win game, it is absolutely a must-not lose. If we lose this game, I think you start to question whether we're actually going to be involved in the promotion race. So let's quick pick it and then see if there's anybody who's either less than fully fit or not the best option we could have. Is Owen Gallagher the best option we've got at left back? He is the best option, so we'll put him on there. And we've got Callum Rowe on the bench who can come on if needed. Ben Tozer absolutely needs to be on the bench, so we'll put him on there for Rob Langton. Tyler Maguire, for Oisin McEntee. So here we go, let's try and made 7 changes from the previous game, so plenty of players have had a rest and are coming into this fully fresh. And let's hope that Bristol Rovers haven't made as many changes to their lineup. So our team is Marek Steck in goal, back 4 of Hosanna, Graham, Maguire and Gallagher. Forner at the base of midfield, Kirby and Goss in central midfield, Stevens and Torre the wingers, Mullin returns up front. So pump the fists, expect to win, go out there and do it. Normally I wouldn't put that kind of pressure on them away from home, but we absolutely need a win. It would keep us clear of Newport, stop Gillingham getting away from us, and because we're playing Bristol Rovers, it will pull them back in. Oh, that's an absolutely fabulous strike. Is it going to count though? It is. Fabulous way to open the scoring. Apologies, I've just dropped my phone. Lead. I'll be back with you very shortly. There we go. In as you watch the replay of our opening goal. Oof, that was very, very close to an equaliser for Bristol Rovers. So let's demand more again. How's that gone down? Not quite as well as the previous demand more did. So I might lay off the demand mores for a little while. Finley with the corner, and Alfie Kilgour equalises for Bristol Rovers. That is disappointing in the extreme. Don't need to see a filthy replay. Demand more again because we're not winning. This one has pleased a few of them. I think Gallagher might be the first candidate for being hooked off at half time. Mullin's not having the best game of his life. So it's thrashed the arms, far from pleased. Let's take off Gallagher, bring on Rowe, and then we'll go back to the dressing room. I'm going to speak to Mullin as an individual as soon as I remember how we actually do that. Individuals, there it is, that's the one. And Mullin, where are you, Mullin? There you are, in the far corner of the dressing room. So what can we say to him? I have faith in you, I think. Might be the right one. It's motivated him. So I might hit them with a demand more early on. Yeah, quite a few of them are happy with that. Magloire is not. Stevens is the next one that needs to come off. Jonathan Rowe. Goss with the free kick over the top. I thought he was going to just loft a ball into the penalty area, but he didn't. Demand more again. Mullin is actually getting worse. Have I got a striker I can bring on? I have. I've got Kyle Wotton. I'm going to wait for the free kick to be taken, so we'll abandon the plan for a substitution at this stage. And now we'll do it. Mullin for Kyle Wotton. Hit it with a demand more. Absolutely mustn't lose this game. Oh, damn. Callum Rowe is now injured. And we can't make any more subs. We don't now have anybody at left back. So what I might have to do is just move that guy over to the left wing back position. Tyrese Forner. In fact, if I play him there rather than... So if I play him there as a defensive midfielder on defend, he should be able to help out the centre backs. And fingers crossed we can just hold on for a draw now. But Steck's had a bad game as well, so 5 added minutes. We're going attacking. Corner, but obviously didn't amount to anything worthy of a highlight, and we have held on. So given the circumstances, that was perfectly acceptable. Slightly deflating, but good luck. Not at our best, but we got a result, and we did. So we can take that into the next game, and fingers crossed we can take it into the FA Cup game with them as well. I don't know if it will have any bearing on it by then, but Callum Rowe is out, a broken foot, 6 months, specialist. So we'll need a left back in the transfer window. So we'll probably get rid of at least one centre back. McGloyer was fantastic. His heading was superb. You were imperious in the air. Keep it up. Yeah, absolutely. Keep doing what you're doing. 5 matches without losing. But we've drawn the last 3 now, so we do need a win very, very quickly. See the smiles in the dressing rooms. We always have to remain focused. There's room for excitement. Can't think of many better than that. It was a special goal, and we can move on to the next game. It's Scunthorpe away, so not an easy game. Sorry, Scunthorpe at home. Scunthorpe are the away side. Still not an easy game, but hopefully in front of our own fans we can get back to winning ways, and then we can start building some momentum again. Let's just look at the run of form we're in, so you can see it on the schedule. And is it going to show up? It will eventually. My apologies. There we go. We're 3 draws in the last 4 games. All of them in League 2. The one notable exception, the win over Dulwich Hamlet in the FA Cup. But we now have a run of home games, so hopefully we can put together a good run of form again to get us back in contention for something truly special. So Wright, Ollie Wright, 23-year-old midfielder, bring him in. He's cost us £775, which, if he's as good as his scout report suggested he was, then that will be £775 well spent. We'll find out once he's through the door, but as we know, we're going to need to get rid of somebody. So yeah, he's an attacking midfielder. I thought he was a central midfielder. Ollie Wright, advanced playmaker. Just check he can play central midfield. Yeah, he absolutely can. He can play a whole heap of positions in central midfield. So ignore the fact he's listed as an attacking midfielder, and we'll look to remove Dan Jarvis if we can. we can't. So I can't actually bring him in yet. No. Going to have to leave him out for now. He won't be able to play until January, which is a bit of a disappointment. Assign him a squad number. There he is. So he gets the number 33 shirt. And get Hayden to welcome him in. That's fine, you can do that job. So he's going to be a massively important player for us, but it's going to be with one of the other players leaving to make room for him in the squad. We need at least one midfielder to move on, preferably two. And youth intake preview. Goalkeepers and wingers look good. There's literally nothing else. So we've got a winger and a great goalkeeping prospect. In the press conference, Ollie will win the club points on his own. No, he's going to play in central midfield. Yes, we needed somebody in that position. Ollie's part of the future of this club. Just going to get out of his way. Shows off our intent. A good bunch of lads. Yeah, he's we're all here to give him the warmest of welcomes, whether we know him or not. Absolutely, he's a player, part of the bigger picture. Great respect for him, and look forward to working with him. Okay, let's try and get to the next match as quickly as we can. Magloire, oh, he's picked up an injury already. 2 to 3 days. Magloire 1 to 2 days, so that's fine. He might not be fit for this one, but he'll be certainly fit for Stevenage, and he'll probably be able to sit on the bench. Let's attend the press conference. Prepared for a tough battle, but I know my players. We could all benefit from a winter break. They're a good team. I'd expect them to do well against Bristol Rovers. So I need Gillingham to actually do us a favour today. Here to talk about my team. Yeah, absolutely. We will have to bring him in. Don't want us to let up now. And at home comes with a statistical advantage. It certainly does. Although obviously sometimes you do slip up at home. But I don't want us to be slipping up in either of these next two games. They're both games we should be winning at home. So we're going to do our absolute best to ensure that happens as we move into the final hour of the stream. So we've got 1 hour to go or thereabouts. Depending on where we're up to, I may stretch it just beyond midnight. I certainly won't be finishing before 12 o'clock. For those that are wanting to stick around. and please do. And to get the information on when I'm streaming, follow me on any of my social media platforms, and drop me a follow on here as well. And I'll keep everybody up to date when I'm going to be around. I do have a stream schedule outlined. I try not to make changes to it. Very occasionally it has to happen. We'll just swap him for Dan Jarvis. I think that's probably the only change. In fact, no, let's quick pick. Yeah, that lineup will do. There's quite a few good links in there. That's fine. Just check that Mullin's up top. He is. So we'll go in and go to the match. And that's your lineup. It's Marek Steck in goal, Hosanna, Graham, McEntee and Gallagher the back four, Forner at the base of midfield, Kirby and Goss ahead of him, Stevens and Torre the wingers, and Paul Mullin up front. So let's go and give him a little bit of a pep talk. Pump the fists what can we say? Outstretch the arms. Stick to the plan, stay patient, and we'll be fine. And we'll give them a kick up the ass later if they need it. Fingers crossed they don't. Right, let's demand more. And Watson with a goal kick for Scunthorpe. But we've got it back. Mullin gives it to Toure. Gets it wide to Gallagher. Toure gets it back and he's being brought down. It is a penalty and it's Mullin. Mullin with it. Chance to give us the lead. He does. Is it ever in doubt with that man? Paul Mullin on it, smashes it into the back of the net, 1-0. And that puts us back to within 3 points of Bristol Rovers. In the live league table at least. And we know that as long as we're ahead, then we're keeping up the pressure. We did briefly. In fact, Gillingham have gone ahead against Bristol Rovers, so not quite sure what's happened to the league table. We'll catch up with that in a minute. Doing well, but we can definitely find another gear. So league table shows Gillingham 2 points behind us. Let's hit them with a demand more. Could do with another goal just to put the game beyond Scunthorpe. And Gallagher at left back. In fact, we don't have a left back. So Graham, the centre back, needs to come off. So Aaron Hayden can fill that role. Kirby in central midfield can come off. Now, in fact, we've got a better option for replacing Forner with Tozer. Let's do that. O'Malley, it's over the top. Get the sub done. Get a demand more on there. Toure needs to come off. Jonathan Rowe is the obvious replacement. Toure to Tozer, McEntee to Goss, to Mullin to Toure. Touré's last act was very nearly a goal. 3 added minutes. And it looks like we're holding on for a narrow win, which will do just nicely. Relatively comfortable, according to the stats. So outstretch the arms. Nice work, that was good. And we can move on to the next match. Of course, we might have to go and talk to a few journalists before we can do that. But part and parcel of the job and the game. And let's find out, do they want to speak to us? They do. I wonder if I'm going to be asked about Paul Mullin again. There you go, first question. He's not for sale. No, it's not closed. Solihull Moors, it's been really interesting to watch, and that's it. So just a very brief press conference. We'll move on. And it's Stevenage next, who are 19th in the table. So it's a game we should be looking to win. And win comfortably, hopefully. So that's certainly the aim. Paolo Ukang's one of our young players, so his immediate future is impacted by that injury, obviously, but hopefully he'll be back sooner rather than later. And we will get he's an important player. Will George Cooper be available in one day? I'll speak to the medical team. He'll be back pretty soon. Whether it's tomorrow or the next match. Because it's Tuesday, I might save George Cooper for Barrow. So let's... yeah, I think I probably will. I'll save him for Barrow. I might put him on the bench, but we might give him 15 minutes at the end if we need to. But I'm certainly not going to play him against Stevenage. Anybody think that I should do? Or is everybody happy for me to rest Coops ready for the game on Tuesday? So they want me to put Cooper back in, but I'm not going to. I'll use Jonathan Rowe instead. But that is the only change I'm going to make to their suggested team. In fact, no, Cam Campbell for... no, Toure needs a rest, so Cam Campbell can play. So that's fine. Okay, so we've got 3 players who are a little bit jaded. So I won't be making any substitutions for poor performance. It will purely be players whose fitness drops into the red. Pump the fists, a match we should be winning. Go. Let's do a win. That is a disappointing start, so we're going to demand more already after just 2 minutes. We need to get Stevenage on the back foot. As you can see, they're down in 19th position. We've got very nearly double their points tally, but they are dominating this game and I don't like it. So we'll demand more. Gillingham 1, Scunthorpe 1. Finally a highlight where we're attacking. Goss, Tozer, Campbell, just over the bar. But this has not been a good first half for us so far. We need to demand more. And I don't know what is happening with this team today. We've been absolutely toothless in that first half. Thrash the arms, not good enough. Get out there. Demand more. We absolutely cannot drop points in this game. Oh, they've gone long and Elliot List, but Marek Stack has saved it. List with the corner, but it comes to nothing. I stand by what I said at the start, that there won't be any subs unless it's for an injury. It will be Goss for Nia Kirby to start with. McEntee needs to come off. Sam Graham. And Stevens for Tyrese Forner. Gallagher to Rowe. Rowe beats his man. Is it Kirby? Kirby. Back to McEntee. Mullin should have done better than that for me. So we'll demand more. We've got about 15 minutes to go, including stoppages, probably. Stack brings the ball out of his area. Thrashes it long, but we gave up the chase there, which is absolutely not acceptable. Gallagher with the ball forward. Rowe surely was taken out there. Referee. Come on, get a tackle in, lad. Don't tackle him in the area, tackle him outside the area. That was far too close for comfort. No subs left, obviously. So the players who are out there are going to have to struggle on. I've got no chance to make a shout, so there is literally nothing I can do apart from go attacking, which I'll do now. He's found him. Nope. Maguire. Long ball forward. Coulson. Coulson again. But it's headed clear. Rowe. Kirby. Play it forward. Go on. Goes for the difficult ball to Mullin. Mullin's hit the post. And there's no one there to mop up the rebound. This is a really, really disappointing draw. After the recent improvement, that is unacceptable, lads. Thrash the arms. We're training tomorrow. You don't deserve a day off. It's absolutely not ideal. Not ideal at all. to do the press conference. Options from the bench were limited. He's a top player. Yeah, there we go. Just the 2 questions today. So we can get on with the next match. We're at home again and desperately need to win. We cannot afford a slip up against Barrow. That was not ideal, losing to or drawing with Stevenage. It feels like a defeat, if I'm honest. But the board are giving us an A+ at this stage of the season, so that is obviously encouraging. And if we can pick up the 3 points against Barrow, it does mean we'll take some momentum into the Christmas period, which is obviously going to be a period that defines how our season shapes up. We've been in a promotion spot pretty much the entire season, so it would excuse me, it would be majorly disappointing if we were to blow it, and fingers crossed we don't. So I'm looking forward for a positive reaction. There's a real determination to make amends. I want to talk about my team. Fournette I'm delighted to have him available. He's well suited to this type of fixture. Gary Monk deserves more time. They're asking me about Plymouth Argyle again. So Gary Monk is obviously already on the verge of the sack, which it's upsetting because it means Plymouth Argyle are not doing well. Barrow opposition report. Not too fussed about that. Staff meeting, as always, summary to the inbox. And move on. Excuse me. Bryce Hosanna is out out with a virus, so we're going to send him home. He's going to be 3 weeks. I thought Miles said they hadn't put COVID into Football Manager. Three-week-long virus sounds suspiciously like coronavirus to me. So we've sent him home so he can go and self-isolate. Fingers crossed it doesn't spread to the rest of the squad. There we go. Cooper is back in. A couple of other changes. So we'll go and give you the lineup in full very shortly, as I didn't actually show it on the selection screen there. So I was just making one change. So that's Marek Steck in goal, Aaron Hayden, Sam Graham, Tyler Maguire and Owen Gallagher, the back four. Tozer at the base of midfield and captain. Nia Kirby and Tyrese Forner, central midfield. Toure and Cooper, the wingers. Malin up top. Plenty of options on the bench. Pump the fists. We're doing well and we're on a good run. Let's keep it going. So that's kind of like the encouraged shout, I guess. I hope I haven't got that horribly wrong, but that's how I see it. Demand more because Barrow have had the first shot of the game. Something I quite often do when we're at home. we have now had more shots than them, but none of us has hit the target yet. So we'll demand more again. It hasn't gone well so far, it has to be said. Barrow have had the first shot on target, but we have the better XG from one more shot. Barrow, but it's headed clear. Kirby gets it, cuts inside, needs to play it to the winger. Touré's got it, one touch and cross it, surely. No. No, it's disappointing not to hit the target from that position. He should have taken the shot on far earlier. So we'll demand more again. Fingers crossed the fact that we're not winning every game is making this more of an enjoyable stream for everybody to watch. It's certainly not making it an easy one for me, but hopefully it's more enjoyable than win-win-win. So let's thrash the arms, not good enough, and we'll look at what changes we can make to try and push the game forward. I'm going to give Mullen a rest. He's not played well recently. Wootton can come on. And Gallagher. We don't have a left back, but he needs to play there. In fact, I'll put George Cooper in at left back, as he can play wing back. And we'll take Gallagher off for Jonathan Rowe, I think. Yeah. So 2 subs at half time. And we'll save one for later on. And let's get a demand more going on here. They're spraying the ball around. We're pushing them back, but we need to get the ball off them. It's crashed off the bar. I don't want them playing about with it there. Come on, lads. Somebody needs to get a foot in here. Oh, it's gone wide, I think. Demand more. Next chance we get might be the final chance we get to demand more. In fact, Maguire needs to come off, so we'll get him off. Bring on McEntee, who can play 25 minutes. Demand more. And Touré's now going to have to see the game out. Rowe gives it to Forner, Forner to Cooper, Cooper, Kirby, plays in Touré. Oh, he's screwed it wide. Golden chance to win the game. Cooper. Change him to a wing back on attack. Should suit his playing style a bit more. Looks like we're going to have to settle for another draw. That's not good. Not good enough, I'm afraid, lads. Thrash the arms. Embarrassed, it was absolutely shameful. We cannot play like that against a team as poor as this. They showed literally 0 in the way of ambition. We couldn't break them down, and that's what a lot of the teams that we haven't been able to break down have done. So, apparently Plymouth Argyle's on the agenda for the press conference. How impressive you've been with Marek Steck, who's gone 329 minutes without conceding a goal. He's a dream to work with. How good was Sam Graham? He's got that in his locker. They are 16th in League 2, so it's too much quality. They'll right the ship. Absolutely. Yeah. We've now got Solihull Moors in Sky Bet League 2 for the next match, which is our Boxing Day game. And we desperately need a win. Any kind of win. Is that 2-0 or 3-0 on the spin now? It's 2-0, 3 draws in the last 4 games. And only 2 goals. The positive is we're not conceding goals. So you've always got a chance to turn it around when that happens. But clearly we do need to make some changes in January. So some players are going to be moving on. And we'll replace them with hopefully better alternatives, or at the very least more in-form alternatives. Maguire's picked up another injury. He's got damaged ankle ligaments this time. Maybe that was why he was released from his previous club, because he's a walking casualty list. I don't know, I didn't actually check his injury status. I just looked at how good he was and thought, yeah, we'll have some of that. You know, when you've come out of the National League and you have a player who's arguably a League One standard player becomes available on a free transfer, you ain't going to say no. So gutted to lose Maguire, but that does mean that somebody will get a game who wouldn't have done. So positives where they can be taken, I suppose. It's been an okay stream. It's in terms of results so far, but I want to go out with a bang, get at least a couple more wins before we wrap up for the evening. Yeah, he makes us a better team. Callum Rowe, 3 to 4 months, long road ahead of him. Ben Tozer, I believe in Ben. See no reason why he can't be trusted. So that just tells him that he is still someone that I want involved. And almost time for the Boxing Day game away at Solihull Moors. Surely they could have found a more local game than that for us. Although maybe my geography is letting me down. Maybe Solihull is closer to Wrexham than I think it is. As you can tell, I'm not a GeoGuessr player, so geography is not my strongest subject. So Rowe is... Oh, it's been called off. Okay, fine. So we'll go on to the next match, which is a home game, and it's Carlisle. So apologies, there'll be a few minutes without a game. We'll get through the next few days as quickly as we can and get on to Carlisle. The one good thing about that is it will give us time to get a couple of the players who were doubtful for the game fit again. So we should have a stronger team to put out for Carlisle United than we would have had for that game against Solihull. That's certainly my hope. We desperately need to win by any means we can. We've got 2 players coming in on the 1st of January, as you can see on the screen there. I'll show you both of those as soon as they're in, so that anyone who wasn't around last time out is able to see who we've had offers accepted for. Dan Jarvis is now out as well, but he is one of the there's no way he's going to be a 3.5 star player if he's only 2 star at 24, so he'll be one that we'll look to out of the door in January. There should be 1 or 2 others heading in the outwards direction as well. But we'll get the 2 players in first. Then we'll remove the players from the squad that we want to get rid of, just so that they know that they're going to be. Tyrese Forner is now injured, but it's only a bruised shin, so he'll be fine to play against Carlisle. But we've got 3rd and then 4th in successive games, which is not ideal. We need to fix the full-back situation at the earliest opportunity. But that is going to involve getting rid of several players from the squad, as we don't have any room at the moment and we've got 2 players coming in. So there's going to be quite a few departures. But let's go and talk to the press. Won't be easy, but Gillingham are one of the favourites to go up. We'll take it game by game. Is 11-day gap between fixtures a good or a bad thing? It's been an opportunity. No, we'll go. It's been good for us to have some time to work on a few things. I have a great deal of sympathy for him. Once the manager's gone, there's no point trying to score points or to refuse to answer the question. He's already gone, so there isn't anything to be gained by avoiding that question. And now we need to take a look at the squad, see who's fit and who's not, and get the best possible team we can out there to go and beat Carlisle, because I have a feeling we won't beat Gillingham and we really need a win. I'd love to be confident and say we can win both games, but that ain't going to happen with the run of form we're in at the minute. So let's take it to See if we can take a win into the Gillingham game. Sorry, I'm having to waffle a bit because the game is it's just going very slowly at the minute, so we're not able to get into the team selection for the Carlisle game. And I'll give it a few minutes before I start panicking that it might have crashed. I don't know at this point. Right. If anyone's got any, there we go. We're able to move forward. I was going to say, if anyone's got any suggestions for how we can get out of that freeze situation, let me know. But it did eventually resolve itself. Apologies for the delay. And we've got some fitness tests. Tyler Maguire has failed his fitness test, and James Jones is not ready for one. So let's go and see if we can win. As I say, we desperately need to. So we'll do a quick pick, and we'll have a look at the fitness of the players involved. We don't have an alternative to Owen Gallagher at left back at the moment, because Callum Rowe's injured. Toure, I think, could do with playing. Yeah, we'll get Toure involved. I didn't mean to click on his screen there. Right. So we'll give Stevens a rest. Bring Toure back. Stevens is on there ready to come on. Campbell can give George Cooper no, we'll give George Cooper a game. We need to play him. So let's proceed to the match. And it's 2 changes from the previous lineup. We'll confirm it in full for you very, very shortly once the warm-up is complete and the players are ready. It is Marek Steck in goal, back 4 of Aaron Hayden, Sam Graham, Oisin McEntee and Owen Gallagher. Tyrese Forner at the base of midfield, ahead of him Kirby and Goss. Toure and Cooper the wingers, Mullin up top, and we're captained today by Aaron Hayden. So we'll go into the dressing room. I think we'll thrash the arms. We owe Carlisle, go and get revenge. So we absolutely must win this game. Right, let's demand more. We've got the first shot on target. And are very, very slightly ahead on XG, but it is very close. We'll let this highlight play out before we hit them with another demand more. Flip the crossbar and it's gone over, so we will now hit that demand more button. I don't know if it ever has any major effect, but it certainly makes me feel like I'm doing something. Forner just over with the header, and again I've forgotten to do the corners. Norman with the goal kick. Can only find Gallagher in the left back position. Gallagher with the ball over the top, but he can't find Mullin. Hayden in the right back position brings it forward. Plays it down the line for Toure, who squares it. And George Cooper at the back post gets us a goal. Exactly what we needed. So Hayden with the bursting run feeds Toure, who hammers it across. Cooper just gets a foot on it and pushes it past the keeper. Now we need to go and get another goal. Gillingham have got a goal back against Hartlepool, so they're probably not going to lose that one. Things are going well, and now you're capable of even better. No one's having a bad game at the moment, so let's encourage. It's flicked on, but only for a Carlisle defender. Cooper gives it to Gallagher, who goes long. Cooper gets it back, gives it to Goss. Goss gives it to Gallagher. Gallagher goes for the cross, and it's over by Kirby. And I'm not quite sure what's happened here. We join a highlight with a free kick to Wrexham. It's Goss. He's rattled the woodwork, and that ends the highlight. So it's cleared by Forner, but we need to get somebody on it. Cooper intercepts, plays in Mullin. Mullin, go on, bury it. Yes, Mullin's buried it for his 17th of the season. So despite the fact he's been in poor form recently, he's still on 17 goals for the season. And that is looking good at this stage. Goss with the free kick goes out wide to Mullin. Mullin gets a cross in, but it's headed over. Didn't see who got the header. We'll demand more. Cooper with the corner. Fires it to the back stick. It's hit the crossbar and gone out for a goal kick. We're well on top at this stage. And Guy with the free kick. It's cleared. Mullin is going to have to do this on his own, but he's found Cooper, but Cooper's been tackled, and it's an own goal, I think. I don't know why they didn't let that go. Literally no idea why that wasn't allowed to go. Cleared off the line by Hayden. We're under the cosh a little bit in the second half, but we're going to see it out with a 2-0 win. Hopefully. And we do. So we do get an encouraging result in that one that we needed. So outstretch the arms. You've blown them away. They're a really good side. And we've essentially removed them from the title discussion. They're still obviously holding an automatic promotion spot at this stage. Third in League 2 is enough for automatic promotion. But we've turned the title into a two-horse race, I think. although Bristol Rovers will argue it's a one-horse race, given that they're 7 points clear. So let's go at the press conference. Terrific performance. We continue to perform as we are doing. We can keep it going. See resolve. No, we have to be wary, but there are no concerns right now. Going along right now, and it'd be very nice to make something of it if we can. I think that's I'm proud of what we've done. How good was George Cooper? He's an outstanding footballer and a privilege to work with. Don't want us to let up now. I'm not going to get complacent. I'm not going to let them. 9 matches unbeaten. 2, 3. But we've had 5 draws in those 9 and 4 wins. But on the flip side, that does mean it's 17 points from 9 games, which isn't that far off 2 points a game. So if we can get something against Gillingham, then it won't be a bad way to carry the run on. I would certainly take, given that they're now 4th in the table, and therefore the first side in the playoffs, I would certainly take a draw against Gillingham to keep them at arm's length. It's a game we don't want to lose, but it's definitely not a must-win at this stage. So if we can, let's do the press conference, and then we won't be that far away from welcoming in those 2 signings. Can't afford to go into this one anything less than 100%. We'll be focused on our own game. Not at all. Newport County face Cheltenham. They're a good team. I'd expect them to do well against Cheltenham. You have to play to our full potential. Yeah, right back. No, left back. My apologies, left back. Yeah, absolutely. New signings are likely. They've been a real breath of fresh air. Hartlepool are another side I've got a lot of time for. I've got a friend who's a Hartlepool supporter, so I always keep an eye out for their results. And they're doing alright this season. Both on this Football Manager save and real life. They're having a decent season. So Wrexham seal Malcolm loan deal. So we've got him in on loan. And he is a striker, Jovan Malcolm. Actually, let's get him back up. I'll show you him in a bit more detail. There you go. You can have a look at him. So he's an advanced forward. He's 5'11". I normally have my weight set in stones and pounds because I'm not very good at kilograms. I don't know what 76 kilos is in stones and pounds, but I don't think it's like massive. But he's 20 years old, so he's got room to grow. And the other one is Vale, and he is even better. So let's show you Jack Vale. Again, a striker. He wants to be a pressing forward. but he's capable in all areas. So he'll be used the same as our normal strikers would be. And yeah, he's looking good. What's he done in his career up to now? 37 games, 9 goals. 9 in League One, 33 games and 9 goals. So you'd like to think that he'll do well in League Two. And I think I'll need to make a couple of changes to the squad, otherwise those players are not going to be able to play. Squad. Let's do the registrations. Learn where the buttons are. Right, registration. Ponticelli's not involved. So right, let's go through and pick out the ones who are not going to be involved going forward and get rid of them first of all. So we've got 1, 2, 3 very good central defenders. Ben Tozer's the captain, so I can't really get rid of him. I think I might push Harry Lennon out the door. So he can go. We've only got one left back in the squad. So both of those two are going to be going. In fact, we've got 2, but one of them is currently unavailable. It's Callum Rowe. So Cameron Green is going, but is not in the current squad anyway, so he's not one I need to worry about. Central midfield, we need to trim 1. So we'll get rid of David Jones and Dan Jarvis. So that's 20. Jovan Malcolm. Jack Vale. Could do with getting Jonathan Rowe doesn't have to be registered. Have we got any under 21s who don't need to be registered that we can get out of the squad? I don't think we do. In fact, Jack Vale is under 21, so it doesn't need registering. So that frees up one more slot, which means we can get Ollie Wright in. So that confirms the selections. And then we've got squad numbers. Vale and Malcolm get squad numbers. The rest already have them, so that's fine. So I think we're well set at this point for the Gillingham game, which is going to be the last game of the stream. So fingers crossed we can wrap up with a win. Certainly looking to do that. Bolton are offering money for Toure. Unless they're offering mega bucks, no. £11,750. Do one, I think, is the polite way of putting that. Reject all transfer offers. Yes. Okay, let's go and have a go at Gillingham. See if we can come away with one last 3-point haul before we go and look for somebody to jump in on. So we'll get through the preamble of the pre-match stuff as quickly as we can, get the Gillingham game done, and then we'll get the stream wrapped up with a raid. I've not had a look to see who's on. I might just do that now if I get the chance to. Right. Sorry about this. Chat. There we go. No. I'll look at that in a minute. Right, let's get into the match. Let's go and do one final win. We all want to see one final win, don't we? Work permit applications reminder. Steck and Toure are both expected to secure. Ponticelli's unhappy at Kings Lynn. I might bring him back, but it'll only be to go out on loan again. Quick pick, so we'll do a couple of changes. Campbell, I'm going to drop for George Cooper. Jack Vale comes in as striker. Toure's going to come up to the bench, so we'll take Campbell out of the bench. Jovan Malcolm is just as good, so but Jack Vale is the one I've gone with. Tyrese Forner can go into the midfield instead of Bentosa. Bentosa can stay on the bench. That'll do, I think. Paul Mullin isn't even on the bench at this stage. That is absolutely not going to happen. So we'll let Malcolm have a sit this one out. Ollie Wright and Jack Vale are lacking match fitness. Right, one last chance to go and do a win. Let's see if we can. So pump the fists. Been on a good run. Go out there and impress me. So I'm hoping that Vale can come in and get off to a good start. Right, let's demand more. Early doors. The gap to Bristol Rovers is extended to 7 points. That was close. Gillingham are literally piling on the pressure. I think that is an absolutely accurate description of what is happening here. Somebody needs to get a tackle in. Cooper, come on. Get in. The highlight ends. Right, let's demand more. Gallagher is struggling. But we don't have a left back, so we'll have to move Cooper to left back at half time. And bring on a left winger. So that's the only change I'm looking for at half time. Stevens gets to the byline, gets his cross in. Vale heads it over. We'll hit them with a demand more again. And we are definitely going to have to shake things up. So thrash the arms. Far from pleased. Now let's do the substitutions that we need to do. Right, George Cooper is struggling, but Gallagher is having a complete nightmare. So Cooper to left back, Gallagher off for Jonathan Rowe. Vale is nervous, so we'll bring Mullin on, and that will do at this stage. Got so many players who look like they might need to come off. Demand more. I'm literally going to hold on till the last possible minute. We're holding Gillingham at arm's length at the moment, but we need more than that. Carlisle are dropping points. Gillingham are on the attack. Oh, it's gone in. George Lucas has scored. Gutted. So it does look like we're going to end the stream with a defeat. Demand more. And we'll take no, in fact we'll take Stevens off and bring on Toure for the last 10 minutes. Cooper can't get it forward. Oh, he's belted it over the crossbar, thankfully. So Step with the long goal kick. It's headed down. Forner gives it to Mullin. Mullin has missed. You'd put your house on Mullin scoring from there. And if you had, you'd be living in a cardboard box. So, 5 minutes to go. Marek's stack. Launches it. Mullin is going to get there. But he can't find his man in the penalty area. Forner to right. Right! Found the back of the net. It's 1-1. Three minutes left. Right on his debut. What a goal. What a strike that was. Let's demand more. We've got 4 added minutes. Can we get a winner? It's not looking likely, and indeed not. Right. We should have won that match. So that is going to draw our stream this evening to a close. So I will now go and look for a raid, and let's see who's around. We'll drop one on Henry FM. So let's do that now. that raid hasn't worked, so we will try Mr. Tony Jameson. Bear with me. Tony Jameson FM. Right. That raid has indeed failed, so I'm going to try and I'll try again. Let's try again. One last attempt, and then if we don't get one on this time, we will just yeah, it's the raid to Henry has failed, but it's failed in such a way that it won't let me do another one. So I am going to call it a day at that point. And thank you very much to everyone for coming tonight. Hope you've all enjoyed it, and if you'd like to see me again, drop me a follow, and I look forward to seeing many of you again. Thank you very much indeed, and good night.